Hello, everybody. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, but I do have a special surprise for, well, not surprise, but is actually, I think, my fiance who requested that I play this game for one of my videos. And after actual days of trying to figure everything out, get it all set up, and capture cards and all that, I think I got it set up to a pretty good point to where I won't have any problems, most likely. We'll see. Just start a new story, and we'll get through the tutorials for our first playthrough. A lot's kind of happened, but I haven't even unlocked Ultra Spicy. We'll do hard. If I remember correctly, Pikmin 3 is not that
20XX.
terribly long, but
at the far reaches of space,
since I finished my last playthrough, I ended up going on a small trip with my fiance, and that very day before we were gonna leave, I actually broke my nose, which was pretty fun. I didn't end up participating in the tournament like I wanted to, although I did invest in some of the merchandise from the Magic the Gathering set.
Accordingly, they send unmanned scout vessels.
I actually had another video I wanted to record.
Out into space.
I figured I'd get this one out pretty quickly.
To their dismay, the search is proving
box sets for all will be
just as they're about to give
I was
up.
actually pretty satisfied with my pulls because I ended up
Final vessel reports back with news of a
updating my
miraculous
Jace
discovery.
collection. The third pack I opened actually had one of the prints of
They mobilized to investigate
Jace
the planet,
that
which they
perfected
named
mine, which I
PNF
think I'm gonna make
404.
this box on the wrong side.
Kopai's last hope rests on three intrepid explorers.
Did I miss the joke? I think I did miss the joke. Because their research ended up being fruitless.
At last,
Because they're
the explorer's
searching for
279,000 light-year
fruits.
voyage nears its end. But
yeah.
as they
I know it's not a Magic
initiate
the
the
Gathering
landing
video, but I just couldn't help but be
something
pleased with it. It's very terrible. It's
horribly
glare.
wrong.
Every other light I had, like, working, it's a little dim right now, but I was trying to make my forehead not look like a beacon. And I love the Pikmin franchise, like Pikmin 1 and 2. When I found out that they were coming to Wii, or at the time I didn't know that Pikmin was on the Wii. And technically, if I had been more attentive to, like, the capabilities of my Wii at the time, I probably could have played Pikmin 1. I just had to find a copy on the GameCube. Oh, that is strange. I should double check that. If it becomes a problem, I'll do a reset of the capture device. That usually ends up fixing it. It's like a weird line. Hello? But, gosh, I think I found out about Pikmin the way everyone else did by watching Chugga Conroy's playthroughs of Pikmin 1 and 2 at the time. Or at least that's how I found out. And I was actually watching a couple of other Pikmin content creators, and that's how a shocking amount of them found out about Pikmin in general. Which, of course, that's how I found out a lot about the GameCube sphere. Chugga Conroy is how I found out about Luigi's Mansion and a lot of the other GameCube titles. Double Dash. I'll try something. Hang on just a second. I'm going to... how do I do that again? Bear with me a second. Okay, that should have fixed it. I'm sorry for the slight delay there. Hope it did. I can't tell. I'm watching OBS on two different screens here. Oh, that is snappy. It's very strange that you start a lot of the other Pikmin games discovering the red Pikmin. And technically you do discover the red Pikmin first, but the yellow are the first you actually get like a tutorial with, I guess. You don't discover the yellow onion until like the second or third day. I can't remember. Oh, I can't use the charge ability yet. I remember playing Pikmin 3 for like the first time, thinking that the controls were super awkward compared to like how old Pikmin controlled with the C stick and the well, the other buttons. I was just used to having the right stick, C stick, whatever you want to call it, the button you aim with. Which with Pikmin 4 being announced, I'm surprised it took me that long to even talk about Pikmin 4. Because that was a fever dream in itself, because my fiance, she woke me up in the middle of the night, because, I don't know, I don't know if the Pikmin 4 was in the Nintendo Direct, or if it was, like, released later that day. It was definitely in the Direct, but I don't know what time the Direct was. It very well could have been in the middle of the day, or middle of the night. We've had this weird flip-flop of her sleep schedules, because she's a night owl now, and I get up in the mornings. Most days, at least. I sleep in when I can. These things. Little phosphat batlings. I don't know. Whatever you call these things. The audio's, like, I love the audio of the Pikmin games, like, the music, just the general feel of it, very chill. The end of day music, I think, is my favorite part of the track. Alf's crash site. This is the red Pikmin part. I forget if that's the actual ship or if it's like a detachable part of the ship like in Pikmin 2. I don't think they had a detachable part of the ship. I guess we'll see. I'm also trying to figure out if this camera placement in the top right corner is actually pretty good because of the fact that, well, I think if I put it on the left it would block part of my UI. I don't want to do that. And then there's this weird border that I have around the video, which I don't know how I did that. I don't know how to undo it. I was trying to fit it to the screen. Maybe that's part of the Switch's, like, interface or something. I didn't think about that. I actually had another really good idea for a playthrough of Skyrim. It's pretty unoriginal, I think, but the challenge is what I like. Actually, I probably would have done Ultra Spicy had I had that unlocked. I claim I like this game and I love it, and you'd think I'd have Ultra Spicy unlocked if that were the case. Just realized I'm unshaven. Well, I didn't just realize that. I've thought about it all day. But I figured I'd try this out and see. I can't tell if that fixed it or not. I think it did. I'm not seeing it. Was that a heartbeat? Did that make heartbeat noises? Ew. And I'm probably going to say something very controversial right now, because I really don't like the way the new onions are. I mean, they grew on me, don't get me wrong. I love the onions, and how they just kind of swirl together in colors. Like, you'll see if you've never played this before, if you know what I'm talking about. But in Pikmin 3, the switch from, like, the more... I always thought they kind of resembled clay pots in, like, Pikmin 1 and 2. Switch from that to this was okay. Like I said, I didn't like it at first, but it grew on me. Although, I think the Pikmin 4 onion that we've seen so far is actually pretty close to home. I like the way that looks a lot. Where it looks like, I don't know, a clove of garlic separate, like the segmented different colors. But I just missed the way the old onions were, because if you remember, if you've ever played Pikmin 1 and you've 100% completed it, you'll see a cutscene with like all those different colored onions and that music playing too, which was, you know, really for some reason tugged at the heartstrings back when I was like, Jesus, how old was I? 13? 14? I don't know. I'll have to construct a timeline of events. It just kind of gets to me. Don't know why. It doesn't help that the like the original, like I guess you could call it theme music for Pikmin, was pretty emotional too. Oh, I didn't mean to skip that. Oh well, he just talks about the cop pad. I try not to skip these cutscenes because it gives me more time to talk. Because there's no actual voice acting. It's like the animal talk, Animal Crossing talk. Check my surroundings. Yes. Oh, right. This part of the tutorial. I would not be a very good speedrunner. And I find that ironic because I told my fiance earlier today that I kind of thought about running Tie the Tasmanian Tiger. And speaking of speedruns, yes, I did attempt Exodus from the Earth. I did not do very well. I couldn't get the hang of the tech. I don't know. I didn't have like a lot of time to devote to just grind on it. And I got some of them. Some of the, like, the tricks, the skips good. I don't know if it was like something I wasn't grasping or something I just wasn't understanding. But I couldn't do them consistently. And I think I ended up doing a run. I never submitted it or got a good... I never could get my timer to work, to be honest. I had to start it manually and all this and that. Unless it's how you're supposed to start it, in which case I don't know how people consistently do that. Or do run after run. I'd get tired. Just not start the clock. There he is. Propagate. But either way, I ended up doing a run about 50, 45 minutes. I don't know, I can't remember. It was ages ago, weeks, last month, actually last month around this time-ish. When did that end? Because he started it, I think, on like the 2nd of February, the competition. I think you can get 21 total. There's like one extra. Put it into work. I really do like Pikmin. Don't know why. I'm not really good at time management or getting anything done, as you can tell by the abhorrent gap between my last video and now. But I don't know. I'm not gonna say I had a good excuse per se, but I don't know, a lot had been going on. As a matter of fact, it was pretty packed day to day. I just been all over the place. And I still have somewhere to go after this. Gotta go to my fiance's and have a nice dinner with her and her family, which I think they're making ribs. And then she made me, my fiance, she made me avocado sauce, guacamole, guac, which I've really gotten a taste of. I really like it. Don't know why. I'm just a guac enthusiast. What's that? I can't remember if it's Olimar's or one of ours. No, okay, it's Olimar's. I doubt they just had Pikmin information. Oh, that reminds me about the Pikmin 4, because everyone's like giving all these theories about who these new explorers are. I don't think they're Coppetites or Coppites? Or Hulkitations? Hokatites. I don't think they're, for me, they're the previous races. I think they're just new inch-tall species of humanoid explorers, just because, like, they look drastically different. Like, they're very similar, yes, but something about the way they look is just different to me compared to what we've seen before in the Pikmin series. And I hope that doesn't get I hope that doesn't misconstrue me as being a racist, because I'm very much not. Trust me. Charge attack. Good. I wonder if I could do... How do I get to the cup pad? Is it minus? Okay. I thought I could see my... Can I? No? I do need this, though. How do I flip it? Is there something behind my camera that I can't see? Nope, that's capture taken. Okay. Well, you see there is the... Okay. That's toggle flash. Can I aim it at myself? How do I look around? Can I... Well, either way. I needed that badge. I keep forgetting to do that badge. You could just call this a badge hunting speedrun playthrough. Which, honestly, I'm surprised I had so few achievements unlocked for Skyrim, because I did pick up Skyrim again. My sister got really into playing it, and she's continuing off where she left off, but every time I do it, I have to start a new profile. And I was doing like a mage build. Very specifically with not any of the elf races, but the Khajiit, simply because I like their accents. Hashtag not a furry. Why do you talk like that? It's just like taking awkward pauses in her sentence. Okay, now he does it too. It's just something I never noticed. But then again, I do blast through this text because I read, like, a lot faster. Also, I've never really played this game with headphones on. Maybe there are just a lot of sounds I never noticed. Okay, and see those little crop circle looking things? That was so satisfying to play a Pikmin game and to see those little crop circles fill out with different onion types. I know there were only 3 initially, and just, you know, 3 in general. The purple and whites never had onions. Which I find it weird that the rock Pikmin and the winged Pikmin do have onions. Because when I was watching Pikmin 3 or reading about it for the first time in Nintendo Power so many years ago, did they ever have a Pikmin 3 article? I know I heard about it from somewhere, maybe it was just online, but I was like, oh, well, the flying Pikmin could just hang out in the sky during the night, or cling to the hull of your ship, or something goofy like that. And then the rock Pikmin, they'd probably just burrow underground until the next day, but then I was like, well, how do they get from area to area? Yeah, it reminds me, you know, like, people are saying Pikmin 4 is going to be a open world kind of Pikmin, like Breath of the Wild or something like that. Which, sure, alright, I would like that. I'm not saying I wouldn't like it, I just it would feel like it would be weird. And then there's like the whole nuance of, oh, what if there are certain Pikmin types that you can use at night? And I'm like, well, that kind of makes sense because Pikmin are plant-based. They're plants. They're plant-animal hybrids, right? So, like, wouldn't they not function at night? Not as well as they would during the day because of, like, photosynthesis and all that. Ooh, buddy. The jubilation I felt when this game was announced on the Switch, though. The Deluxe Edition. I never had a Wii U. Pardon me. But, I only had the chance to catch up with the Pikmin series, I guess. And I really hope that Nintendo doesn't pull a, well, I was going to call it a Breath of the Wild, where they announce a new console and then say, oh, well, this game will work on this console, but it'll work better on our new console. Which, hey Pikmin, that was it. They announced a Pikmin game for the 3DS, 2DS, and I don't think it would run unless you had a new 2DS or new 3DS, which had an improved processor or something. I don't know. I'm not a tech guy. I mean, it took me like a solid week or 2 weeks off and on working on my poor computer here to get her to run Pikmin 3 with a capture card. And then when I finally got it showing up, I was like, well, why isn't the audio coming through both my headphones and being captured on the device? And I was like, well, maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. Turns out it was. There was a way I could do it. And then there's like this slight input lag that I have. Hit now. I'll wait till it lands, but it's not noticeable. And I don't really plan on doing games like that need me to be at the top of my game, because I really want to focus on the commentary aspect, unless it's, I'm just very stupid that day and I have no idea what I'm doing. They're one short. Just like there, I mean, I had a brain fart. I completely forgot what I was talking about. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with this guy. But yeah, I just really enjoy Pikmin. Pikmin 4, I thought it was a dream when she told me about it, and I was like, yeah, so I went back, I turned over and went back to sleep. I went to work the next day, going through my YouTube feed, and next thing I know, I'm like, wait a minute. That wasn't a dream. I was very pleased, of course. I don't know why. Sleep is such a strange thing anymore. Sometimes I can get sleep, sometimes I can't get enough, sometimes I do get enough and I just want to keep sleeping. Sometimes I want to finish the dream's plot line, and I just can't do it all. Okay, the bridge is done. Can I catch you guys? No, not all of you. Also, as a person who's played all 3 Pikmin games, I have to admit that Pikmin AI is a blessing in this game. They don't walk places you don't want them to. They don't do things you don't want them to. In Pikmin 1, it is possible for one Pikmin to eat an entire thing of nectar. Same thing for Pikmin 2, oddly enough. Is it better to charge them from behind or to throw it? Alright. Sheer numbers. That's the trick. Auto-lock. Nope. I think I unlock that when I get both captains. Yeah, this is also the day that we unlock the rock Pikmin, which... Rock Pikmin, they rock. These are the jokes. That's it, that's all I got. Take those back. We'll go this way. I might finish this day early. Oh, I keep doing it. Well, we just discovered Brittany, that's it. And there's a fruit. It's a sunseed berry. Did he just say Neko Neko? It's an ancient evil. Okay, sunseed berry, back to my ship. Also, I really wonder how the Pikmin feel about carrying plants back to our I guess there was a whole Pikmin short dedicated to that. A whole, just over a minute and a half, I believe, dedicated to the thought that Olimar would devour Pikmin. And I always thought this thing looked like a dandelion. No idea what it's actually called. I should probably, like, the first two Pikmin games, of course I knew what every single Pikmin was called because it was fun to read about it. I haven't really devoted any time to looking at the Piccolopedia in this game, honestly, just because I don't have the time I did when I was a kid. Oh, this episode might run a little long. Noodles. Alright, well, if you want to read it, you can pause it. And odds are, if you found this video, you're probably a Pikmin fan already, so... I'm really surprised they didn't do candy pop buds for the here in this part of the cave, because it just seems like a very good place to have them. Not to mention you discovered purple and white Pikmin caves earlier in Pikmin 2. Oh, he found the sunseed berry. We'll just leave that be for now. Trying to focus. Really bad idea. Might hurt myself. But the rest of the day should be pretty easy. Look, come here. There's still some slip-ups in the Pikmin AI, but I just chalk that up to me not knowing the mechanics, because Pikmin 1 and 2, I played that so much. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't say I could probably speedrun it, but it got to the point where I could complete Pikmin 1 in just one sitting. Which kind of relates to, like, the whole, oh, if we get a Pikmin 1 and 2 remake, should we just clump them together as one game, or do we actually want, like, two separate titles released? Because I know Nintendo in a heartbeat would charge $60, $70. I mean, that's the whole debacle about Breath of the Wild 2, the Tears of the Kingdom, because they're charging $70 for a game that kind of hasn't shown anything that impressive. Like, it's got the vehicle builder, the new map that mostly would probably just be a copy of paste of Breath of the Wild. Possibly new magic that isn't the Sheikah slate. I don't know, I haven't watched all the trailer, I kind of fell asleep halfway through it. Alright, another tutorial. Alright. I wonder if this will show up for the ultra spicy. Like, if you're attempting ultra spicy, that implies you've already played through the game at least, like, what, 3 times? And I think there's something I can get up here that... Was it buried? Or am I thinking of something else? Yeah, I'm just probably thinking of something else. Oh my god, I've sent them to their doom. Hurry. Get out of this menu. Where did they go? Oh, okay, good. They went not to the danger. Okay, let's get this bridge built. We will get this broken one little rock dink at a time. I think I've cleared the way. Something I also discovered that, like, the hard way, I guess you could call it, is the fact that you can, let your Pikmin stay in the ground overnight, and they will, bloom into flowers during that time, which kind of defeats the point of my whole photosynthesis Pikmin 4 theory, but that's okay. I'll live with that. I forget if the Pikmin actually do, evolve their flower during the daytime. I think they do, if you spend enough time with them. But, they definitely did in the first two games, because I just remember sitting and waiting. I'd have like 100 Pikmin, or I'd try to get them all into one glob of nectar. Which there was something I missed. There's a bit of nectar over here. Yeah, see, these are almost flowered, or most of them, and I can hear them evolving. I forgot about that noise. And only 10 Pikmin can use a nectar blob now, and I find that actually really good because of the fact that, you know, it's annoying whenever you have like 1 billion Pikmin and just one of them beats the others to the punch and they none get nectar because the kid gets all of it. So. Not to mention they're okay. These are pretty cute, but what could this be? We picking up Charlie somewhere? No. No, we're picking up the first boss fight. I don't think I'll have time for that today. Could end the day early. Let's go and look right away. Can I end the day? Yes, I can. I'll take care of these guys first. Come on. I mean, they can't die. They can't be crushed, rather. Which would make you think that they aren't able to be killed by most things in the game, because they don't seem to have teeth that would be able to destroy the rock Pikmin, so you'd assume that they'd just be mashed against the gums of these poor things, but... And then I think you can actually weigh these guys down with, like, red Pikmin or something. Yeah, you can. Or at least they try and shake them off. These are skitterleaves, I believe they're called. Actually, I have no idea. I can't remember what anything's called in these games. Is that the way to the... That's not it. Where does this go? Here? Just walk automatically. Yes, I can. That'll help me out. I really don't. One of my least favorite things about getting into a day and starting it over and having a captain walk all the way there and having another captain walk somewhere else with the other captain. It just... And then you realize, wait a minute, I need all 3 captains for this puzzle. And then you just get disheartened and sad because you have to backtrack all that way. Or restart the day, I guess you could, but... I don't do that. A run is a run. A day is a day. Alright, we've got to build a bridge. Alright, they can both have it. Like right now, I need Alf. How about that? Having a blast. I'll cut it off at... Alright, I better cut it off now, actually. It'd be a good starting point. I have 100 Pikmin. I'll go ahead and pluck the last ones. Oh! There's some all the way back at the... Other onion. Okay, I've got all these plucked at least. Let's see, can I... We'll do an automatic thing. Okay, but while that's doing that, I was going to talk about the Skyrim playthrough that I had in mind, because I think it would be pretty funny, because I've been thinking about One Punch Man a lot. And I was thinking about that post where somebody said that they did a basically a One Punch Man build, where they had the glove enchantment, where it's like Gi in the fist or whatever. Yeah, okay, I get it. Radius. Dang it. I think it's Gian. Well, anyway, his gloves are enchanted where it's like, oh, well, your combat damage is increased by 10, and then there's like a bunch of other perks you can get in that vein where it's like, oh, for heavy armor, your unarmed attacks will be equal to your damage output will be equal to the amount of armor rating for that glove that you're wearing. It's pretty interesting. I think it would be a fascinating thing. I think I'm just going to do it on like novice difficulty, just to make it easier. And of course use the Khajiit, because that's an extra 15 damage, I believe it is, so we'll see. Anyway, Ichi. And then the end of day music. If I'm not mistaken, the dwarf bulborbs and the spotted bulborb, I believe they're called, at past Pikmin 2, are actually two different species of bulborb. I just assumed it was like a hatchling or something. But no, I think they're straight up just two different species. Well, there you go. The two of them have merged into one, and it's getting bigger. Which I don't know if that's like a retcon on the Pikmin lore, or maybe it's just because they were like, well, if we have 5 onions, then it's going to be a crowded, you know, landing site, basically. Alright. Do people actually do, like, only juice diets? Like, I know it's like a diet fad or something, like something people can do, but don't you have to have some kind of like solid intake? Does the pulp from the juice count? And you know how they say like, if you haven't had solid food in like a long time, like if you're stranded somewhere without food, or you just don't eat, your body can go into shock from like eating a solid or something. I don't know. I think there are 66 fruit in this game. And they take the place of treasures from like Pikmin 2 or... Alright, we'll get to day 3. Finally discovered edible matter. Guess you could say that expedition was fruitful. I need to figure out better camera placement. I feel like you guys have just been looking at the side of my face this whole time. I got a Squidward sticker on the side of my screen. I could probably raise the camera up and angle it to be a little better, but I'll figure that out later. I'm gonna wrap up this video, post it, and head on to a nice dinner. And that will conclude today's playthrough. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be bringing more content like this in the near future. And that's about it. See ya.